So this paper wants to look more specifically at what AI can do for hydrology and earth science. It's quite general, so they start by an example of how AI can actually be wrong sometimes. So they ask ChatGPT about what happens to extreme rainfall as temperatures go up, and then ChatGPT says, well, humidity increases and probability of heavy rainfall goes up. Then they say, well, that's not exactly correct, and then ChatGPT goes back and says there can be sensible heat losses, so not necessarily the kind of things that I mentioned before. So it's trying to correct itself. So ChatGPT obviously keeps collecting data. It's trained on a lot of data already and calibrated to give these answers, but it's smart enough to learn. So that's the idea. But the advice here, recommendations are given to say, don't use ChatGPT to write papers, but can be very helpful for reviewers. And also they caution that ChatGPT and AI in general can be very chatty. So it doesn't give necessarily a very brief or succinct answer. It wants to show all the things it knows and mentions all the potential reasons why it's coming to the answer it's going to give you. Just like some kids, students might do, or candidates might do during an interview. Instead of just being very precise, you can throw a lot of words that are not necessarily needed to explain the answer. And if you give a wrong answer and use too many words, it can in fact hurt you, right? So ChatGPT right now is not trained to be very concise, and that can affect the way you search things or the way you rely on ChatGPT. And this is very common now. As a teacher, I see kids using AI for, used to use Google search. Now AI is also added to Google search to write reports, and then you have to decide whether you're going to punish them for using AI or test them to see how much they actually learned, as opposed to just cutting and pasting what they found in terms of the answers from ChatGPT and Google. So this will keep going. There are debates going on about whether students should be even allowed to use AI, or they should be allowed to use AI, and then other tests should be conducted to make sure that they learn. So this will keep going, but in the meantime, AI can do a lot for hydrology and earth science, just like for many other fields, but we should know how to use it. Right? So listen to the podcast and ping me with comments and questions.